I have some shapes from the previous tutorial, but one thing I didn't show you from the previous tutorial is, let's say I have this shape and I don't want to have any stroke at all. I don't love the idea that there's stroke. So over here on the where I can change the color, there is one option here that says no color. So it's a white box with the red line, and that means no color. So now I have a shape that just has fill. It has no color. Some other things, while I'm here, you can see there's opacity, and I can change that if I want it to be. So this star now has a little bit of see-through ability, so I can see the rectangle that's behind it. Now, the other thing that you're probably noticing is as I draw shapes, they're ordered a little bit. So this was the last thing I drew. So this would be on top of this, and this is on top of the rectangle because I drew this rectangle first, and then I drew this ellipse, and then I drew this triangle. So they're stacking on top of each other. But you can change the order of these, which is the idea of this tutorial. So if I want this pink triangle to go behind this yellow ellipse, I can go to Object, Arrange, and then I can send back, which now it's behind everything, or I'm going to undo Control Z. I can go to Object, Arrange, Send Backward, which just goes back one level. Now, apparently, I drew a couple shapes in between um, the ellipse and so I had to go back a couple times, arrange, go back, because I had drawn maybe a couple other shapes. So it went back behind this one and back behind this one before it went back behind this one. So you can rearrange the order of your objects. And now if I want to, I could strategically arrange these so I can make like an animal with some ears, or I can start piecing these pieces together to start formulating what I want to make. While I'm here, let's try one more thing. If I'm on this and I want to add this as an ear to this circle, if I move my mouse and hover just slightly over top, it turns into that rounded circle, and that way I can rotate a shape, and then I can kind of start putting it in place. Now it looks like I have an ear on I'm starting to make like a cat head or something like that. So the whole idea is to take some shapes to start making a bigger shape. It's called the Gestalt theory, which we'll talk about another time in class. But let's work with shapes and keep moving forward in Illustrator.